1300 hours Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum and Eid Mubarak to all those tuned into our broadcast. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Daman Zaman. The headlines. The nation is celebrating Eid al-Fitr today with religious zeal and fervour amidst COVID-19 standard operating procedures. Imran Khan, in a telephonic interaction with the Saudi king, has condemned the Israeli heinous attacks on Palestinians in total disregard to humanity and international laws. The president has assured that Pakistan will continue its efforts to mobilize international community for the Palestinian cause. In India, more than 4,000 COVID-19 new deaths have been recorded. And now the news in detail. The nation is celebrating Eid al-Fitr today with religious zeal and fervour amidst COVID-19 measures. On the occasion, special prayers were offered for the well-being of the country, while in sermons, the ulama highlighted the significance of Eid al-Fitr. Prayers were also offered for the Muslims of Palestine and the Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, where the people are being subjected to oppression and brutality. The President Dr. Arif Alvi and Prime Minister Imran Khan have urged the people to strictly observe anti-COVID precautions to stem the spread of pandemic and show compassion towards the poor while celebrating the festival of Eid al-Fitr. In their separate messages on the occasion of Eid al-Fitr today, they said the world is grappled with COVID-19 pandemic and strict adherence to the antivirus protocols is extremely necessary to avert massive outbreak of the pandemic. The President greeted the nation as well as the Muslim world on Eid al-Fitr and prayed that the day brings along plenty of pleasures and joys. The Prime Minister Imran Khan said on the occasion of Eid, prayers and wishes of the Pakistani nation are with the people of the Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir and Palestine. Prime Minister Imran Khan has condemned the Israeli forces' heinous attack on the Palestinians in and outside the Al-Aqsa Mosque during the month of Ramadan. In a telephonic interaction with the custodian of the two holy mosques, His Majesty King Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud, the Prime Minister expressed concern over the latest situation, saying Israel has defied all norms of humanity and international law. The Prime Minister reaffirmed strong brotherly relations between the two countries and conveyed the deep reverence which Pakistan accords to the Saudi leadership. The two leaders exchanged views on issues of bilateral significance and discussed ways to enhance cooperation in various fields of mutual interest. Prime Minister Imran Khan and President of Turkey Recep Tayyip Erdogan have vowed to work together, especially at the United Nations, to jointly mobilize the international community to help stop Israel's heinous attack on the Al-Aqsa Mosque during the holy month of Ramadan. In a telephonic conversation, both the leaders also agreed that the two foreign ministers will be working closely together to raise the Palestinian issue at the international level. Israel's attacks on the worshippers inside the Al-Aqsa Mosque as well as on Gaza, violating all norms of humanity and international law. The President Dr. Arif Alvi has assured that Pakistan will continue its efforts to mobilize international community for the Palestinian cause. In a letter to the Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas, he said Pakistan will continue to raise its voice for the Palestinian people. The President reaffirmed Pakistan's abiding support for a just settlement of the Palestinian issue in accordance with the United Nations Security Council resolutions and for the establishment of an independent, viable and contiguous Palestinian state with pre-1967 borders and Al-Quds Al-Sharif as its capital. In Gaza, 67 Palestinians, including Gaza city commander Bassem Issa, and 16 children have been martyred in heavy bombardment by the Israeli forces. Gaza's Ministry of Health said more than 300 others have been wounded. The Israeli strikes also destroyed police headquarters and other security buildings. Russia has urged the United Nations to urgently convene a meeting of the International Quartet to de-escalate tension in East Jerusalem. Talking to the media following his meeting with the United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres in Moscow, the Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov said, "We have agreed that the most urgent task is to convene the International Quartet of Middle East mediators comprising the United Nations, Russia, the European Union and the United States." In India, more than 4,000 COVID-19 deaths have been recorded during the last 24 hours. The situation is particularly bad in rural areas of Uttar Pradesh. Television pictures have shown families weeping over the dead in rural hospitals or camping in wards tending the sick. According to Health Ministry data, India has 362,727 new COVID-19 infections in a day. And that is the end of this news bulletin. For more news and analyses, log on to our website, radio.gov.pk, and you can also watch the live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.